All right, hello everyone. My name's Evan Sittler, CEO of XpertVR, and this week we're going over scaling VR, blockchain in education, and teacher influence. So firstly, we're talking about this amazing article by the Ghost Howls, or the Scarred Ghost, Anthony. He put out this article where he interviewed Jeremy Bailenson. Jeremy is a Stanford professor and big promoter of virtual reality, as well as one of the founders of Striver, which is one of the biggest training companies working with Walmart and all kinds of other brands for VR training. So just a very interesting article about how they are using VR as an education tool, both in enterprise, but also at Stanford and at other schools, and the influence that Jeremy is having. So great article here, basically just going through the whole interview, talking about all kinds of opinions that Jeremy has and different techniques and things that he is doing in the VR space. Next, we go to an article on XpertVR's website. This is our latest blog post that we just put out, talking about blockchain technology and how it is transforming the education industry. And this article covers everything from the basics of what is blockchain, how could it affect education, and then going into a few use cases of how it's currently being used at some institutions, as well as what are some ways that blockchain could be used in the future in the education space. So our team did a great job writing this article, giving all kinds of different examples. And as we've kind of mentioned in some of these past recaps and other things, we do have a community launch coming up. More interesting news about that coming up very shortly. But with this community launching, educating about VR is definitely our top priority, but looking at how blockchain and other technologies are being used in the education space and giving real world examples through this community is a big goal of ours. So really excited to start exploring some of these other technologies with other educators at different post-secondary institutions. Then we have this interesting article from EdSurge. When it comes to EdTech, how much influence do teachers have? And it's a very interesting article because it goes through looking at, do teachers have influence on the EdTech space? What was it like in the past? What is it like today? And general summary is that back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, and when EdTech was just starting to enter the education space, the technology wasn't very accepted by teachers. There wasn't very much teacher input. But going through this article, Dan Carroll, who was a teacher in an 8th grade class in the late 2000s, and has seen kind of this progression of EdTech, he comments on how you're kind of out of that era now. And today, whether you're selling to some school, or you're looking for investment, or you're looking for partners, you need to have some sort of connection to the education space, whether that be somebody being on the EdTech company's team, on an advisory board, on some sort of ambassador program, making sure that you as a company are understanding what teachers need. And I really like this article because it really reflects what we do at XpertVR. We understand we're the experts at virtual reality, not at everything else, and that means the specific skills that we're teaching in virtual reality, but also just how to teach those. So in every simulation that we're developing, whether it be an in-house product that we're releasing, or if it's a custom project that we're working on with a school, we're very much connected with all the content experts, pedagogy experts, and other people giving input from the institution to make sure that the simulation that we're creating is very much connected to what the professors and teachers are teaching, and that they have an easy time using it. So great article here going through kind of that evolution, diving deeper into some of those points that I mentioned, and just good to hear that this is the evolution that EdTech companies are going through. And then lastly, last week or a couple weeks ago, I talked about Ready Player Me and the recent investment that they got, $54 million in investment. Very exciting. And I was saying how with this investment, I was really excited because it shows that there's interest in open source tools that are available to all, as well as just because this is such a great tool that we've been using at XpertVR and seeing others use, it's exciting to see investment going in here so that they can beef up the features that we need to really make Ready Player Me an accepted avatar standard across the metaverse, across all these different platforms that are being created. And we're already seeing how that is happening. Obviously, this isn't directly from the investment because they would have been working on it beforehand. But here you can see some photos of different avatars and how they've now created a range of avatars for different weights and body types. And this just means that you can create much more accurate avatars to the people that you're trying to portray, or of yourself if you're trying to create an avatar of yourself using Ready Player Me. So just really excited to see how fast Ready Player Me is progressing and adding these types of features. Hopefully soon you'll be able to customize clothing as well as other features about the body that you're portraying. So really excited to see how that investment will continue to churn out features like this. So that was your XpertVR Friday recap. A very exciting month. Lots of exciting news coming from us at XpertVR as well over the next month or two. Lots of exciting news we know is in the pipeline from different VR companies, both in the software and hardware space. So I'm excited to share all of that as it comes out. And until next time, enjoy educating in VR. And if you're in Canada, have a great Labor Day weekend.